Okay, I gotta make this quick. I'm supposed to be resting. I just had a operation last week, so I shouldn't be making this video. And I hope my wife doesn't come in here and tell me to turn off the camera and get back to resting. Okay, let's get it started. My name is Jabu, lifelong artist, lifelong gamer that loves to talk about the visuals in games. So this week I'm doing something a little bit different because, as I said, I'm supposed to be recovering and I cannot spend hours and hours editing a video. This is a message. The message is use what inspires you to create. So I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom for 175 hours now. And I have to be honest, I had low expectations for Tears of the Kingdom because I assumed it was just more like DLC for Breath of the Wild, which I really loved. So, I put it off. But I still bought the game, which was played by my daughter. My brother also completed the game. For years, both of them have been telling me, you're going to love this game. You're going to really love this game. And I didn't believe them. I kept playing other stuff. But now I'm playing it because you guys voted for it in the poll on the channel. But anyway, long story short, I am realizing just how incredible Nintendo uses the inspiration of the world to create the world of Tears of the Kingdom. It is something that I aspire to do the same way. So while I have been playing Tears of the Kingdom for all these hours, I have been interacting with the Zonai, in particularly Zonai constructs, which are a bit odd to me because it kind of remind me of like an Aztecian big bird with a large head, kind of like a bowling pin, if you will. But notice I said Aztecian. And slowly but surely I've realized while playing the game the influence of other cultures in this game, the Aztec Mayan culture being one of them, and how Nintendo infuses that design language into the relics and the constructs of the Zonai. And it is fascinating to me. This is just one tiny example. It would take me hours to go through and explain all of the smart ass design choices that these developers have made. And this is why I keep saying video games, in my opinion, because I've been accused of being hyperbolic or whatever, blah, blah, bullshit, that commenter had to say. And I don't mind dissenting opinions. I think it's healthy for the discourse. So I'm not hating on that person if you're in the comment section. But I'm just saying, video games, in my opinion, are the ultimate art form because it encompasses all art forms. You have literature. I'm playing Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and I'm sure it's not Shakespeare or whatever, but for me, it's written very well, and I get a lot from it. Increased vocabulary, better comprehension skills, so forth, so forth. Okay, I had to pause and finish this thought that I was having while recording. Sometimes I tend to get excited when I record and kind of move on to the next point in my brain and not actually say the entire point. And so what I was trying to say is essentially video games encompass all forms of art. You have sculpting, you have painting, you have draftsmanship, drawing, music, UI design, which is actually graphic design. So there are a lot of facets, so a lot of different facets of artistic expression that we experience while playing the game. And I don't think a lot of people really realize that they're playing multiple schools of art at the same time. The mere fact that our games are 3D and we move around objects in a three-dimensional manner and get to experience the weight, the depth, the lighting, the color choices and texture of any given object at any given time is simply fascinating. So it is not hyperbole. In my eyes, it is truth. Also, there's a poll up now. Go to the community section on my channel and vote for the next game you would like me to play. The current poll has been going for a few days now, and it will go on for a few more days after the upload of this video. Back to our regular schedule program. So when a game or media encompasses all medias and it actually enriches you to create more, and not only to create more, but to create better, you will develop a healthy respect for the craft of the video game. And I've been utilizing the inspiration of video games for decades now. I used to work for a company for 12 years that directed me what I should and should not paint, how I should change my work to suit their needs. And honestly, I got laid off. And after I got laid off, I didn't bother looking for another job. I decided to start my own thing, Art by Jabu, and only make work that inspires me in the hopes that it inspires you guys. So over the course of the last 8 years or so, I've built a sizable following on Instagram. But there's one thing that was always missing, and that one thing really bugged me. My work predominantly focuses on African tribes and African cultures because that inspires me. It also embeds the cosmos. You'll see a lot of planets and celestial bodies in my work because the cosmos and astronomy also inspire me. I have been to the local science museum a total of 5 times. I would say local, but it's really almost 2 hours away. I love the cosmos. So I embed it in my work. I always go out and take my dog out and just stare at the stars for hours. And one day I will get a telescope to look further. But I'm fascinated by it because I feel like it has been amongst us human beings our entire existence. Those 2 things are the 2 biggest reasons I create, or the 2 most inspirational reasons I create. The third pillar that has been lacking is the games. So as I said, I've been utilizing the inspiration from video games to inspire me to become an artist over years and years and years and years and years. If you look at my work, you may actually see a resemblance. It kind of looks like something that could be a boss in, say, Final Fantasy. And that is because Final Fantasy is one of my favorite series. Another favorite series of mine, the Mass Effect series. I am adorned with Mass Effect statues all around me. I'll give you guys a tour one day. Is also embedded in a lot of my work. And countless amounts of other games. It's like a gas tank. Anything I experience through playing, it literally levels up my ability to create. Slowly but surely. So, seeing and witnessing the way Nintendo utilizes its design language, it really did something to me. It made me realize that I need to embed what I am playing in my work. What inspired me while I was playing a game? Embed that into the work. So the Zonai is the most inspirational thing in Tears of the Kingdom for me because I love the design sensibilities that Nintendo puts in the Zonai. I think they're so cool. The tech is cool. It's high tech but low tech at the same time. And Nintendo gives us the ability to create things with their technology. I said Mass Effect. I'm a Mass Effect fan, right? So Mass Effect uses mass. That's why it's called Mass Effect, to give us things like shock and warp. So it's literally utilizing what we know of metaphysics as a gameplay element in the game. And I love that. So from here on out, I am going to come back on this camera and I'm going to update you guys on my actual art. This is not going to be the normal format. What I'm planning on doing, and what I hope to do, is to build a big enough audience on YouTube that appreciates my work to the point where they will support it. So I'll probably primarily put these on t-shirts and then we'll go from there. And I want my community to be a part of my work. I feel like I'm not connected with my community on IG, and it's because only 2 pillars exist on IG. But the third one's coming. The third pillar is, video games. I just explained that. So I'm going to come back when I'm further along with this piece. I didn't even introduce this piece. I don't have a name for it. I've been working on it. I started it around the same time I started Tears of the Kingdom. It is coming along very well. I have a lot more to do on this piece, but it is coming along very well. I take my time. I am a very patient person, and it's vital that in today's time that we actually appreciate how patient we can be. And not just appreciate how patient you can be, but also work on your patience. Be bored. Don't look at your phone. Don't listen to anything. I always got music going, but don't watch anything or don't even play anything. Just go sit outside and be bored. Because I feel like if we keep bombarding ourselves with things to do, and I know you're supposed to be on the hustle and blah, blah, blah. I feel like the more we do that, the more our focus muscle atrophies and we become less patient. And less patient creators are far more open to utilizing things like AI to try to make their expression. I don't use any AI in my work. I never have and I never will. All of my work comes from me. I was taught to draw from life back in the days. And I know I'm kind of rambling on, but this is the art side of me. I was taught to draw from life. We would start out with bowls of fruits and work our way up. In fact, the first time I've ever saw someone, a woman, in the nothings, it was an art school. We were supposed to draw a figure, and I had no idea what was going to take place in that lesson. The woman walked up, kind of voluptuous, and she steps on the platform. She had on a cloth, like a spread or sheet or something, and I thought I was supposed to like paint her like that, and then she just like drops it, and I was shocked. I was shocked. Yeah, that was some shocking. Oof, like seeing like a woman like that right in front of you, like just yeah. That was something. But anyway, so I'm gonna come back with an update in a few weeks. I'm not sure because I'm not sure when exactly because I'm still playing Tears of the Kingdom and I want to have a full game critique. And unfortunately, this will actually have spoilers in it but not story spoilers. Like I'm not gonna say what's in the story, but you're gonna see things. So if you're not finished with that game, unfortunately, this video can't be for you. Unless you don't care about spoilers, which more power to you. But I'm gonna come back, and from here on out, whatever I'm playing, whatever you guys vote on, if I am inspired, and that's a huge if I'm inspired by that game, I'm gonna use whatever inspiration I get while playing to create more work. So it's gonna be very interesting. So thank you for all of the support, even if you subscribed yesterday or this morning. I really appreciate it. It's getting harder and harder to be an artist, so the fact that you guys rock with me, it really means a lot. And I just want to say, try creating something, try drawing. It's not going to happen in a day. You're not going to get good in a day. There's no instant. The world we live in, especially if you're in the U.S., everything is bam, bam, bam. You want a burger? Instant. You want some pizza? Instant. Wait 15 minutes. People can't even wait an hour to watch an episode of a show or sit 2 hours. When I go to the movie theaters, and it sucks because the Mario movie comes out in a couple of weeks, I know you're going to have some bozo in the front of me with their phone out while I'm trying to look at Mario's pixels. I mean, it sucks. It sucks, but that's the world we live in. So practice patience. Anyway, until next time, I need to go recover. I'm not sure when my next video will be up. When it's ready, it's out. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just subscribe, and I will definitely send out a poll or some notifications or what have you. In fact, I need to start using the community tab a little bit more. Anyway, my wonderful people, one love, peace. I keep wanting to say peace and chicken grease, but that's not going to work.